Perfect. Welcome to this video. Today we're going to be learning about variables, right? Interesting word. What's a variable, if you may ask? A variable is simply a container in which you can store um, things in for later use, right? So it's simply a container in which you can store things for later use or for reuse later on, right? So we're going to be, before we actually check out how variables work in C sharp, we're going to draw a bunch of stuff so that you actually visualize how variables work, right? Okay. So a variable, we said in our definition, is simply a container. Say our container is jar, a jar, jar, right? So we have our jar here. I can't draw. So we have our jar here, and we have, I don't know, say, let's pull out a note. Just imagine this as a paper, right? As a piece of paper. And inside of here, we have our name, right? We have our name inside um, of this paper of ours, right? So we said in our jar, we can actually store stuff, right? So we could take this and store it inside there, right? And the interesting thing about variables is that we can name our jars, right? We can actually name this jar. Let's name this jar. Um, where's text? There we go. Let's name this jar our name, right? Right. And the reason why we name our jars is because we can have millions of jars, right? And we need to give each jar a meaningful name so that we know what we can actually find inside of that jar. For example, this jar's name is our name, so we know inherently that inside we're going to get a name of something, our name actually, right? And now, say we have multiple jars, say 3, right? And inside of each jar, say in this jar, we store the number 41, right? And we name it our age. And then inside of here, we store something like false, and then R is married. We want to know if we're married or not. And then inside of that jar, we store a value called false, right? So variables are simply jars. Just imagine them as jars that you can store data in or things in, right? Um, and in the next video, you actually know what kind of stuff we can store in jars or in variables in C sharp, right? So here I'm just going to quickly do a quick hands-on demo. You can type out on your machine what I actually type out here. We're going to do this example. We're going to have 3 variables, one in which we store our name, one in which we store our age, and one in which we store um, um, whether we're married or not, right? So here, never mind about string, just type out string. You're going to learn on the next video what a string is. And then we say name. We said our name is, right? And then our age, we said we're 41 years old. And then never mind about string, int, bool. We're going to learn about them on the next video. Okay, and then we want to check, right? And then remember on the previous video, we said that we can actually print stuff in the console window, right? So interesting thing about C Sharp, we can actually print the values that are stored inside of our variables, right? So this is the name of the jar. This is the value that's inside of the jar. This is the name of the jar. This is the value that's inside of the jar. This is the name of the jar. This is the value that's inside of the jar. Similar to this thing. It's the same thing, right? Okay. So now let's print out all of this data to the console window. So we can have three console.writes. First one, we print our name. Second one, we print our age. Third one, we print whether we're married or not, right? So if we run this, we will see all of our data on the console window. Our name, our age, and is married, false. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Comment down your name so that on the next video, I can use your name. Cheers. Thanks.